Good afternoon, Hirschbach friends and family. Happy Friday. Today we have Dan McGovern, Road Assist Manager, and my name is Sarah Hammond. I oversee the OS&D and Claims Department. We're here to talk to you guys today about some temperature issues, battling the heat, and just any types of tips and tricks that we have to help get through this summer. So in the OS&D side of things, we always refer to the summer as our busiest time period. In the claims world, it's deer season in the fall, but OS&D, it is summer when it is busy. So as soon as it gets hot out there, we have a lot of extra wear and tear happening on those reefer units on your trailers, a lot of extra fuel running through them. So the harder they're working, the more we have chances for those things to be failing. So we have Dan here to kind of touch base on that with us as well.
Absolutely.
So, well, first, we kind of just wanted to talk again about making sure that your trailer is actually working the way it's supposed to be. So you have those lights on your trailer that you can see on the radius quarter panel, and you just need to make sure that you're checking that frequently while you're driving. Things can even happen while you're in motion. And if something happened a few hours ago that your trailer started not working properly, the sooner you can tell, the better. Calling into Road Assist, letting them know, calling into OS&D, letting us know if there's going to be an issue with that product. Again, the sooner the better. So I know that we were just talking about it. Another thing that's extremely important is the importance of pre-trips and checking out those reefer temps during your pre-trips. Correct.
Yeah, if you can make sure that you're running pre-trips on your reefer when you get it, as soon as you pick it up, run a pre-trip on it before you get loaded. Even if there's any issues with it, call into Road Assist. If we can do anything to make sure that if you have a trailer with a reefer on it that isn't working properly and we can get it serviced before you pick up a load, it's always easier to do that than after it's loaded. Same with the trailer. You know, if you've got ABS lights on it or anything like that, you know, that might not necessarily be temperature related, but if we can get those things fixed before the trailer's loaded, it's going to be easier for us. It's going to be easier for you, the driver out there over the road, and for everyone else involved.
Yeah, right now the OS&D team is referring to the summer as the summer of transloads. Maybe a few of you out there have already had to experience one yourself so far this summer, but as soon as you have an issue with your trailer and we have to start opening up the trailer, exposing that product to the elements, there's a much bigger risk of us having an issue on the back end with that product, making sure that it's okay. So making sure we're doing the preventative measures, avoiding those situations if possible, are extremely important during this time of the year. I also want to touch base, because I have to, it's a compulsion for me, the difference between start, stop, and continuous. So especially when you're hauling produce, and this is for any time of the year, but especially during the summer, making sure that your trailer is on a continuous setting instead of a start, stop setting. You got 100 plus degree temps out there. When you have a trailer full of strawberries that needs to be running at 32 degrees, it needs to be at that temp. It's very quickly that it can get out of that. So when you have start, stop, there's just too much fluctuation on that product, and it's not going to work out very well. And unfortunately, continuous is also a little bit more strenuous on those reefer units, and that's another reason why it's extremely important to make sure that you're watching and making sure that that unit is running the way it's supposed to. Another thing, based off of our units having to work harder during the summer months, is how quickly they are burning through fuel. And I know Dan actually brought a little receipt here with him about something that we all wish we could have avoided, but help save a load.
Yeah, this is kind of near and dear to the maintenance side of things. If you're dropping trailers, something you can do that's going to help out operations, maintenance, OS&D, so that we know that those loads aren't going bad, is making sure that the trailers are filled with fuel when you drop them in the reefer. I actually have a bill here. We send a lot of service out to fill reefers that are dropped on drop yards. A lot of times those services won't even fill the reefer for us. They'll put 20 gallons in. And this one I have here, it was an after hours call as well. But just so everyone has an idea, we spent $1,637 to put fuel in a reefer that was loaded on a drop yard. And this one is from today. So just something to check, help your fellow drivers so that we're not looking for other drivers to come help fuel it, help operations team from trying not to have to find someone that can help us with that, and help the maintenance team so that we're not sending, road service out to fill our reefers with fuel.
Absolutely. And on the flip side of that, if you do happen to be at a drop yard and you just kind of want to go that extra mile, I'm sure My team and Dan's team would greatly appreciate it if you took a second and made sure that those reefers were full, if you obviously have the time to. Because, we can't exactly be spending $1,600 a piece to go send out fuel to a reefer. And I understand that's not always a driver issue. There can be operational things happening, appointments changing, but it's just something to be mindful of and keeping an eye out. Again, especially during the summer months, as soon as that cuts out and isn't working the way it should be, things can get out of whack pretty quickly.
Yeah, if you're out there on the road and you see some trailers in a drop yard that need fuel and you help us out, give me a call. Let me know. I'll make sure that you're recognized for doing so. It's a huge help for everyone.
Huge help for everybody. But other than that, all we can really say is make sure that you're safe, most importantly, that you stay cool and that you're able to keep your product cool.
Correct. Another thing I want to touch on with it being summer, and this goes for truck and trailer, is your tires. Make sure that you're operating those tires at the tire pressure that they're supposed to be at. If you're operating with lower pressure in those tires than what they're supposed to be at, with the high temperatures, it leads to quicker deterioration and eventually could lead to a tire failure or even a fire hazard, and we want to avoid as many of those as we can.
Yep, that hits the other side of my world, the claims world. So the less time we have with people broken down on the side of the road and the less issues we have with possible thermal events, as we like to call them, the better. So
absolutely.
That heat, again, just throws in an extra element this summer to be, mindful of, but make sure that you're prepared and you're able to handle any of those situations as they come up. And worst case, something does happen. I know my team and Dan's team is there to answer your call whenever you need help. But I think that's all we have for you guys today. Much appreciated.
Yes, it was good talking to everyone.
So,
like Sarah said, don't hesitate if you have an issue over the road. Give Road Assist a call.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Happy Friday. Stay safe.